Alright, what's up, guys? Andrew Crandall here today, and we're just going to talk about white woman missing syndrome. White woman missing syndrome. So, Gabby Petito, like, update, her mom was just basically taking to social media saying, turn yourself in, Brian Laundrie, blah, blah, blah. This dude, Brian Laundrie, still on the run. Gabby, all right. So let's just like get right into it. Um, it's horrible that this girl is missing, right? Horrible. We like no one would ever want this to happen. Or not missing. I'm sorry that her remains were found and that her killer's missing. That's what I meant. But like no one would give a shit about this if this was a black person, a person of color, a minority, Hispanic, what have you. This is definitely getting tons of media attention because it's just a pretty look. I mean, look at her. She's like a semi objectively pretty blonde, young, tan white woman. Like, of course, they're sending the choppers, the canines, the media's all over this story. People are eating it up and they're so interested. Well, I thought, for the sake of clarity and context, why don't we just look at some of the other women who are missing, not being reported on? So uh, that was an article talking about white woman syndrome and just what it is. Maybe we should just clarify. When the late Gwen Iffel used the phrase missing white woman syndrome at a 2004 journalism conference, she's responding to news anchor Suzanne Malvinek's concern that U.S. media outlets have failed to cover international genocides early on, including Rwanda and Kosovo. Okay, let's see. U.S. history, federal life zone. Black people constitute 13% of the U.S. population and 31% of missing persons. So 31% of missing persons are black. White woman missing syndrome is, you guys know what I mean. It's definitely real, okay? I just kind of wanted to get on here and talk about that and report on that because I have not seen any news articles talking about white woman missing syndrome as much as just her story in general. Which, I mean, like, I'll admit, I think there's elements of her story that are very, like, news flashy, attention grabbing pieces of evidence, and the way that the case is following. I mean, the media has done a good job at turning her case into a super interesting one that shines above the rest, but it really isn't. Like, do you see what I'm saying, guys? Like, um, I mean, the media is talented at what they do, but they're not doing it 100%. At least, not according to all these articles. And it says, I found an article saying that there's 64,000 missing black women right now in the U.S. And then I also found a situation that got media attention, but it was only focusing on the white girl, despite there being a black or mixed girl in the picture as well. I think that was from Milwaukee or something. No, Mishawaka, wherever the frick that is. But yeah, um, just kind of pointing out the hypocrisy, you guys. Like, just make sure that you know, um, when you look into these stories and people are talking about stuff, make sure you don't, I guess, just Google eye over people just because they're white and just because the media is hyping them up. You guys do need to realize that race is involved and these factors are real, and the media is a real thing with real biasisms, and they really do push stuff on you guys. And so I hope you guys can just make the conscious decision to care about this the appropriate amount and to not push this over importance of other people missing, especially people missing of color who might be in more drastic or dire situations where the public could help, where this situation's obviously lost and the public can't help except to maybe find Brian. So yeah, I'm gonna peace out. But yeah, thanks guys and peace.